What we have here is a 2019 Ford Everest. The deal with this car is there's a new optional powertrain. It's a 4-cylinder, 2-litre diesel bi-turbo. Actually makes more power and torque than the 3.2 5-cylinder engine that's also available. Now, to keep it honest, we've got a Holden Trailblazer. This car used to be called Colorado 7, but I guess to avoid the confusion they changed the Trailblazer name. Similarity with these two is they're both based on utes. This is based on the Ranger, this is based on the Colorado. We're going to give them a bit of a run, on-road, off-road, and see how they go. This is the Ford Everest we're driving now. This is a new powertrain, 2-litre bi-turbo 4-cylinder diesel, 10-speed automatic. Yes, you heard it right, 10-speed automatic. It's an option. You can still get the 3.25. Makes a bit more power and torque than the bigger engine. On the road, doesn't really feel it. It's a bit underwhelming power and torque-wise in feel, but it's actually a quicker car than what you think it is. The big difference between this and 3.2, this engine's a heap smoother and quieter and much more refined than the 3.2. Chassis-wise, Everest is what we've come to know and love. Nice riding, good handling, full-time four-wheel drive. It's a more sophisticated car than the Trailblazer, but it's also a bit more expensive. The Holden Trailblazer we're driving here. In its previous iteration was called Colorado 7, but in the name change, Holden did a whole lot of work and basically MVH and refinement. It's such a different car to drive than what it used to be. Power and performance is what it was before, 147 kilowatts, 500 newton meters, which is really adequate. I mean, in fact, it's quite a snappy thing to drive. Really nice proactive gearbox, a 6-speed GM gearbox. Ride quality is good too. It's not quite as smooth and as comfortable on bumpy roads as what the Everest is, but it's still more than acceptable. Off-road does the job again, not quite up to what the Everest will do, but it's a good all-round car. Simple sort of powertrain, part-time four-wheel drive. It's a good recreational family wagon. One of the key differences between these two cars is price. They're both mid-specs. The Everest is a trend, the Holden here is an LTZ, but there's still about $8,500 difference with the Holden being cheaper. Yet for that, the Ford does most things better. It's quieter, it's more refined, it rides better, it's got full-time four-wheel drive. It just sort of feels a more sophisticated, nicer car. On the other hand, the Holden is simpler. Part-time four-wheel drive, single turbo engine, 6-speed automatic, not a 10-speed automatic. So it's got its benefits as well, and with the price difference. So it's really 6 of one, half dozen the other. Spend more money on the more sophisticated car, spend less money on the less sophisticated car. The choice is yours.